Manchester United won, West Ham won. This was a difficult game. It was a difficult game of football. It was truly a difficult one because we were expecting to hear the buzzing sound of a clipper. We were expecting to see Frank get his hair cut today. We were expecting that we get 5 wins in a row. But I guess we have come back down to earth. We have absolutely come back down to earth. But it wasn't a bad game. I want people to understand this. This wasn't a bad game. We played football. We just did not click on the final part of our game. We did not click on the final third. The moment you went to the final third, it was disjointed. It just felt like there was fatigue. It just felt like we couldn't go past the fifth wall. And that right there is where the problem laid today, because the start of the game, Manchester United had the opportunity of a lifetime with Luke Shaw shooting the ball and getting a goal line clearance from Aaron Bissaka. And when I see that and my boys are ready to play football, however, the thing did not go that way, because what happened next, it was flat-footed the entire first half. It was so flat. I was trying to figure out why in the world are we flat. We did not get a shot on target. After that shot on target that was cleared off the line by Luke Shaw for over 50 minutes. For over 50 minutes, we could not get a shot on target. We also then get the goal ruled out for Casemiro. It doesn't feel like an offside to me. What they said and what they showed in the semi-automation was that his knee was offside. This is the sad part about football and the offside rule right now. Before, the offside rule was if you get an unfair advantage. There was no unfair of an advantage in that situation. But I guess it's something that is the rule, and FIFA needs to go and review the rule after the season. But it has to be done, because situations like that for Casemiro would have been a perfect goal for us and a perfect launching pad, because if we had gotten the goal in the 63rd minute in the second half, we go on to win this game today crystal clear. And I'm not here to be mad about the whole situation, because we played football. I want everyone to understand this. The attacking, though, the one thing that we could put our cap on this season, did not do it. We just did not do it. This was the first time that I was scared that we would not be able to score a goal in a game in this Premier League season. Of course, we have gotten the 0-0 situations. We have gotten the 2-0 win against Manchester City. But this was the first time that genuinely I was scared that our attacking lineup will not find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. But I was wrong. Because Benjamin Sesko coming from the bench was the game changer. Benjamin Sesko coming from the bench was the one that did not allow us to lose all 3 points. Benjamin Sesko coming from the bench was the one that let us be in 4th place right now. I say let us because the goal was subliminal. One touch. I told you guys, when Benjamin Sesko is playing on pure instinct, he is unplayable. That finish right there is something that RVP Robin van Persie would be proud of. He did not need to swing at the ball. He literally just tapped the ball so lightly, it leaped over the goalkeeper. And my God, am I so glad that Benjamin Sesko did that for us. Because it would have been a disastrous day out for us. Losing to West Ham, that are currently 18th place in the Premier League, would have been disastrous. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Michael Carrick got it wrong today. I think we got it wrong today, because the majority of our chances and the most threatening part of our game came from when we switched the ball to Ahmad. Came from when we switched the ball to Cunha. Mbeumo on the left-hand side, because the way we played today, Mbeumo was on the left-hand side and Cunha was in the middle. And of course, that is where the crowded nature of our game started coming from. Because Cunha loves to go to that left-hand side. That is what his body is telling him. That is what his game is about. And that right there, that single decision was what made our striking attack line disjointed. Because putting Mbeumo on that left-hand side, Mbeumo is holding the line, but instead of finding runners off him to be able to create space, Cunha comes back and they follow Cunha, and once they follow Cunha, it is the easiest way to defend when you have every single person crowded in one area. Today we made Axel Disasi look like the Axel Disasi that was playing for France in the finals of the World Cup. We are cast away. This is the cast away for Chelsea. All we needed to do, I said it in my preview, you stretch the pitch. If you stretch the pitch, what happens is that you start seeing gaps in between their back five. And what did we do? If you looked at it, the first time the ball went to, you saw Ahmad go 1v1 against Diouf. He did not win the first battle. They took the ball again to Ahmad. He won the second battle and almost gave us a penalty, which it should have been a penalty. You can't push my player's hand in behind him and not expect my player to fall down. That right there should have been a penalty. But let's not talk about it because we are not Manchester City and nobody's going to give us the benefit of the doubt. Nobody's going to give us the penalty. If we don't win it, it's not going to be given to us. So Michael Carrick definitely made some mistakes today, and it's something that I believe he's going to learn from, because we played football, the confidence of us tiki-taka, putting the ball on the ground, playing rondos in a professional football match is beautiful to watch. And dare I say it, Manchester United are playing the best football in the Premier League right now. However, today, that single decision of playing things the way he played them today absolutely made it difficult to beat West Ham because we allowed them to crowd the situation. Funny enough, this is a game that the likes of Dogu would have been perfect. The likes of Patrick Dogu being in this game would have been perfect, because playing him on that left-hand side and playing Mbeumo in the middle, keeping Cunha on the bench, what would have happened in that situation is that Patrick Dogu is bombing down that flank, and then you have Mbeumo running off the stretched defense, and all of a sudden we start seeing pockets of spaces for the likes of Bruno to dictate the game, for the likes of Casemiro to play Opue, and literally say, come here, let us spread your bread. That is what we were meant to see today. But that decision, it didn't make it happen. The decision made it difficult for us to defeat West Ham. But we have to give West Ham credit. The reason we have to give West Ham credit is that they played the football that they wanted to play. Asin Somerville, absolute danger. Freddie Potts, very good and very disciplined. He did not get dragged out whenever we tried to. Mateus Fernandes, he was dominating the situation. He should be one of the people in line to replace Casemiro. And now, instead of that, you have Jared Bowen also doing a captain's performance, offensively pulling the pitch. They did well also. They absolutely did well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka definitely trying his best to silence Mbeumo. And that right there, those are the mistakes that we made. We played into the hands of West Ham. But before I go down, I need to say this. We were 1-0 up, 1-0 down in the 90th minute. And we had two counters, one against Wilson and the second against Traore. The first one against Wilson, and this is the appreciation part of Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro is a 21-year-old defender, if not 20 years old. And he was able to read that and be so cautious about when to move forward and when to drop back. And he did it perfectly, because Wilson was waiting for him to make a decision. And he said, I'm not making the decision for you. You make the decision. And because of his pace, he was able to cover the lines and literally get that interception. And then 2 minutes later, if not a minute, Lenny Yoro is caught again in a 1v1 situation where the player is telling you, make a decision for me and I'm going to do the other way. And Lenny Yoro did not. He stood firm. We don't get this draw. We don't get this point if not for Lenny Yoro, because if he was not there, if Harry Maguire was the one there, we see 2-0 and it's game over. Lenny Yoro coming into this game was brilliant for Michael Carrick, even though it was a situation where Harry Maguire had the nagging hamstring injury. It was absolutely brilliant, because bringing somebody with the pace and the recovery and the intelligence of Lenny Yoro saved us today. It saved us from literally losing this game entirely. It literally did. I also have to give credit to Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw has played, I think for me personally in this game, he's my man of the match. I would say it. Let me drink some water because talking this much is a lot. Luke Shaw was my man of the match. And it was truly invincible movement because you had Thomas Tuchel in the game today watching. If you don't take Luke Shaw or Kobe Mainoo, I don't know what you're doing. Because those boys showed today that they are the best in that position. Dare I say it, Kobe Mainoo is better than Adam Wharton. Dare I say it, Kobe Mainoo is better than Elliot Anderson. All we need for Kobe Mainoo is somebody that has the legs to do what Casemiro is doing for 90 minutes, for 38 games in the season for the Premier League, and actually let him flourish. And also for Luke Shaw. I wish he was younger, but Luke Shaw now is about 30 something, if I'm not mistaken, 30 years old. Today, we are talking about 88% accurate passes. He created 2 chances today. 2 chances. His defensive contributions were 4 defensive contributions today. 81 touches. 1 touch in the box. 8 passes into the final third. 40% accurate crosses. 75 accurate long passes. Never dispossessed. He won 2 tackles, had 1 clearance, 1 headed clearance, 1 interception, 3 recoveries, 0 dribble passed. Ground duels won, he won 83% of that. Aerial duels won, he won 60%. Luke Shaw was our best player today. He truly was. And it's not even debatable. But let me not go too deeply into talking about every particular person on our team. Let's just understand that what we saw today was a good football with a wrong decision on how we attack. Let's stop making that mistake. We have figured out something that works. Let's keep it simple. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Michael Carrick, we move on to the next one. Now, we go 2 weeks without Manchester United football, and I'm going to be pulling what I have rest of a hair out of my freaking scalp, because going 2 weeks without football is tough, and then facing Everton right after that is even tougher. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that button, hit that follow button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It has been real. My name is Manny. Make sure you guys hit that follow button for more news on everything sports. I'll see you guys. Peace.